Welcome back to episode 8. Yeah, episode 8 of TPK.
Starting? Shit.
Yes.
I could be hungry.
Hello, I'm
Welcome back to episode 8 of TPK, Temporary Parental Kamikaze. So,
I can get around that. It's Halloween. It is Halloween. Hence
No,
why
now
I'm
they
eating
can-
lollies.
They can tell when we're actually recording the episode.
yeah, I know, this is why I don't like mentioning this, but if we get any trick-or-treaters knocking on our gate while we're filming, that is why it is actually Halloween tonight. Sorry we didn't do anything spooky, guys. We're lame.
Yeah, we're boring.
I mean, those outfits, pretty spooky.
We weren't going to draw attention to these, Ryan.
How can we not? Look at you. Not to mention your pants, they can't even see your
Rawr.
pants.
I mean, we are brothers in paws.
Ooh. Oh, there's a leg shot!
I'm not that flexible, I'm not going to pull up my legs, but rest assured I am wearing the
What,
same
you can do
pants.
both legs because you're
Hang on,
DM. You're like you're
Hang
full
on.
frontal, man.
Let me just...
Oh god.
He's putting his pants back on.
Are you taking your pants?
nasty boy!
We need to hire a HR department.
Okay, actually, drop them off.
Wait, what'd you do? Athletic start here, guys.
What the shit? You could have just stood up.
That's how lazy you are.
Yep, alright.
Oh, can't wait for
Oh, I
you
thought
to
I was gonna like
understand.
continue streaming without that one. I was like, oh.
And this
DM it
episode
with no
was
pants, DM it with no
demonetized
pants.
by
Well, that's what
That's the
reporters do.
scariest thing of all.
YouTube is definitely going to ping us for this.
That is how
Little does anyone know, because they
every
can't really
episode
see from these angles that we got the camera. But I'm not wearing pants. Packer doesn't wear
Yeah,
pants.
exactly.
It's the common thing to do.
There's no air conditioning.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I've been naked down here for so long, man.
Actually, I'm getting comfortable with it.
I promise I'll shave.
I'm gonna take my pants off too.
Well, we should have a pantsless episode where we don't wear pants.
I do that every episode.
Yeah,
Jack takes his
everyone's
pants
that one. It's...
Actually, I don't have pants as Jack, do I? No, I do.
Well, she can be like the way across.
This just wraps underneath.
Yeah, it's gonna get hell hot.
Yeah.
Straps everywhere.
Oh well. Alright, so welcome to TPK. Alright, so...
I'm scarred.
We're recording.
You didn't even see anything, Edge, it's fine.
It's difficult to see anything anyway, Drew.
I just know what happened.
Oh. Alright, so... how best to begin? Do we do a recap? Or...
Yeah,
Do a
well,
recap? Yep, alright, so you guys entered into the Rainbow Cave at the end of last episode, and you took on, against all odds, the Flouse, the dreaded flail snail that has been roaming through the Rainbow Cave, leaving its glassy residue everywhere, which is what gives the cave its name. You took it down at almost your own peril. Yeah, very close, but you managed to survive. So what are you all looking at now? We took off the end of last episode just as we finished the combat, so you guys are still ragged, still totally exhausted from the fight. How are you all looking? What do you all do?
I am very sore.
I am losing a lot of blood.
Jack is invigorated. He just killed a snail.
I go over and sit down next to Brown and just have a go. Do a big
Why is it so? Why is a snail so big? You know, it's meant to be small things on the ground.
You're meant to be able to step on.
Yes.
This is no ordinary snail.
You're stepping on me. That's not what I want.
I would try and heal you with my magic, but I'm afraid I am also quite weak in that department at
You're
the
juiced.
moment. But I could try and do some sort of a medical examination and
Maybe
see
if
if
we
I can
just
help.
sit down for a little while.
Sure.
Catch my breath, you know.
I
Rest
agree.
for a short time.
How are you feeling?
After getting myself back up, I feel quite alright.
That is good. Yourself, Jack?
I'm quite hungry, actually.
Do we have any of those potatoes left?
Escargot is on your mind after the end of last episode.
Okay.
I have always wondered what a snail tastes like, but maybe not this one. This one seems a bit too big.
Kind of sharp as well.
Yeah. Perhaps maybe we just sit here for like an hour or so, just to get our breath back.
In this room? Or should we go back?
Let's do it. I mean, what?
This room's got the nice
as good as
pool.
any.
You've got a small waterfall and flowing water through this room. The
nice.
body of the flail snail, its rainbow shell still just lays on its side. The snail's body bleeding out, some of its blood getting into the river. There are also those large brown-red crystals that the snail was smashing with all of its might, scattered around this room as well.
I wonder why I was so interested in those crystals.
Maybe because they're not pretty and rainbow coloured.
Fair enough.
I figure this room is as good as any. Someone can keep. I mean, we can just sort of keep our eyes open. If
Very
something
well.
comes in and wants to dance, then we can get up and dance.
I like that.
All right.
May we short rest.
You may short rest.
Thank you.
You guys set up. You guys set up in this room, but you were not disturbed over that period of the short rest. So roll your hit dice. I'm sure I don't need to refresh you guys on what you do, but
that's a one.
it's yeah, you can expend hit dice equal to your the amount of hit dice you have, which is your level in whatever your class's hit dice is, and then add your con modifier.
I
rolled a
heal
one and a
10
six.
HP with a 7
So you've
roll,
used both your hit dice now.
I'm on 9
11.
points.
which is actually exactly what I needed.
21.
No, yeah, remember to add your con modifier as well.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
My bad. I always do that. I'm on 13. Yeah, exactly.
Can I do some investigating of the snail while we are short resting in that time?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
quite interested in its shell.
Yeah.
It is quite a nice shell.
So I might assist you in your investigation.
I was going to
Jack.
investigate another part of it,
Oh, what part are you interested in?
the digestive tract.
Okay, I'll come look with you.
If this thing ate the people, we should probably check if there's some evidence of the people still within it.
That's a very disgusting.
Ayato's face kind of
idea.
drops a little bit.
He's not all that incorrect.
He's
No, it's a good idea.
Very well.
You can check out the shell though.
I'll see the stomach. And then I'll look at the shell.
Okay.
Let's go.
What do you
and we
know-
walk
yeah, what-
around to its belly area.
Yeah.
Is that exposed enough, or do we need?
Yeah,
to,
no,
move
you
it
guys,
around?
you guys can, even if it requires a little bit of maneuvering, or between the two of you, you're able to just move it and get a good access to its soft underbelly.
Cool.
Do you want to do the honors?
Honestly, I don't know where the track is with the snail. I've never really dealt with this kind of thing. I'd be just kind of poking holes anywhere. Do you have any experience with large snail
I'll pass
folk?
back the token of the flail snail, so that way you guys can have a look at its shape and what it looks like. But it has those little appendages at the front, which look like mouths, like suckers more than they are anything. But
Well, I
have
mean,
this,
I don't know much about this creature and its anatomy. I guess
Does it have
let's
a mouth?
just.
Does it have a hole?
Because you can find the mouth, and you just follow that down, and there's the stomach.
You have quite a long neck. You could just kind of put the whole thing within
I
it.
will not be doing
Just
that. Jack.
delve
I will
in.
not be doing.
Put
that.
a,
if you guys want to investigate, do a medicine check on it. So
I
Yeah.
can help you. I don't think I'm
I'll
very...
do a medicine
Well,
check. Are you gonna help
Ooh.
me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Okay. Thank you for your help. Well, it's a 16.
16 total.
Yeah.
You prod around the body just for a few moments. Then you come to where those tentacly appendages are. You sort of peel them back, and you see that there's a hole, a mucus-filled hole that just sort of spurts out a bit of blood as you open it up. That you figure is about where a mouth would be.
And okay.
Maybe
So I
just follow it
assume-
all the way down.
I got this big dagger that can be counted as a short sword just right here. I could
Do
probably
you want to
just
cut
do a big
down?
rip.
Yeah. So we cut down and kind of like follow it along.
Make a survival check.
Again, I will help you.
Thank you for your help.
You just rolled 2 3s in a row. That was a 1.
25.
25. So
That's my ball.
after you grab the dagger, you plunge it into the mouth and just use your powerful reptilian dinosaur muscles and just
Does he glide it?
carve down.
Like when you're cutting like Christmas paper?
Yes, exactly. That happens.
Yeah. You even hear the satisfying shick, like the shh.
So like and I've got like my finger in its mouth and like kind of like along it, and I'll just be following it through.
Sure.
Until
Ash,
I,
if you
like-
don't put
so
that
I'm still
sound
in the same,
post,
like-
then
Norman noticeably takes a few steps back from this.
Yeah. As you cut down the gullet of the snake, snail.
Ooh,
Sorry, snail.
plot twist.
As you cut down the gullet of the snail, its intestinal juices and smell begins to just waft out, and it smells disgusting. Ugh. And you gag just a little bit. But yeah, you make the clean, nice cut down, and its innards all to spill out.
Is this what you wanted, Jack?
I don't think I know what I want.
Is this what you wanted?
This is rather gross.
When will you learn? When will you learn? There's like the stomach gas begins to like let out, and it sounds like an elongated fart. Just
Smells like my Sunday wrappings.
You really need to change your wrappings more than once every 7
I
days.
changed them today.
Make sure you change them tomorrow.
Yeah, they're quite bloody, honestly.
Yes.
Especially after going to places like this, when there are these kind of oozes around.
They're called
And then I like kind
snails.
of have like my finger, I can take my fingers out and I sort of like try and get all the goo off them.
yeah, it's a little viscous and sticky, and yeah, as I said, the blood of the snail is just white, so it's just your entire hand is just covered in white blood. Just you flick it off like slime almost.
If only we had some magical way to clean ourselves.
Oh, yes,
That'd be
running
amazing,
water.
honestly, wouldn't it?
You have to come far away from the snail and I will clean you.
We have a source of running water.
Well, before we do that, is there anything in the
You
stomach
need
I can
that
see
clean.
that is eaten recently that could perhaps look like some sort of
Semantics doesn't matter.
You drive the dagger into the stomach of the
Where's the
creature.
match?
I'm just assuming that snails have. I didn't really plan for this. I'm just assuming snails have stomachs.
Tube from one end to the other. I think
Is
that's
it?
kind of what the insects and the mollusks are like. It's just kind of
Okay.
they're not that
Honestly-
complicated.
I'm honestly
Okay.
unsure.
Either way, what you think the stomach is, whatever that is in the creature, you drive your knife into it, cut it open, and as all the stomach acid spills out onto the ground, you hear a hiss. As the stomach acid actually begins to eat away at the ground, you quickly recoil your hands, and you don't take any damage from it.
Okay, good.
But yeah, it's clearly heavily acidic
Jeez.
in nature.
Are there any like kind of fragments of those red or more opaque crystals around the place?
There are
Can I
actually
pick up one of them?
from the stomach or
No, from the floor.
From the floor. Okay, yeah. So I'll finish narrating
And
this
then-
first, and then yep. So you cut open the stomach. No bones or meat at all fall out of the stomach. Instead, you see dulled, worn away, smooth fragments of those crystals that the creature was hitting. So, and then
I will grab one of those fragment of one of the larger crystals
Yep.
and then dip it in said stomach acid just slightly. See how well it dissolves.
there's a hiss.
Ooh, interesting.
And you sort of like hold it up, and you can see that there's a few bubbles forming. When the acid fell on just the normal glass of the ground,
Yeah.
and on the stone underneath, it was like really fast dissolving acid, like massive bubbles, easily chewing through, like the stomach acid from Alien. That level, it could melt through steel going through. But when it touches this crystal, the orange, the red and brown one. There is a few bubbles forming, but clearly it's very resistant to the corrosive effect. It does still corrode it, though.
I think we should perhaps hold on to some of this red crystal.
Coat ourselves in it. Make armor from it. Then we'll be protected forever from the stomach acids.
Let's try and collect up as much of it as we can. Would you like to start doing that, Brown? I have some business to
Not too
attend
busy.
to, and I like kind of
Yeah.
hold my hands up towards you.
Staying like at max range, I'm just like, here you go.
My hands get magically cleaned.
Really putting
Nice
yourself
and
out there for the
sparkly.
team, Norman.
Thank you, thank you, Norman. I appreciate that.
No worries.
Alright, so you go to pick up the fragments. The thing with these fragments and these crystals are that they don't really form a powder as such. Like you break the shard that you picked up was really it was the largest shard there was, and there's maybe two smaller shards, probably only 3 or 4 centimeters in length.
Okay.
That the creature had managed to smash off the large crystal. But other than that, they're pretty much intact. They're clearly incredibly strong and resistant to physical damage and apparently acid as well. So,
Can I dip just a part of my shovel, the metal one, just inside the acid?
is this the splintered one or the non-splintered one?
Splintered one.
Splintered one. You dip the
Just a tiny bit of the metal one, just because it seems pretty corrosive.
There's a hiss. It bubbles up. You pull it back, and the metal is just falling away, just
Okay.
falling back into the acid.
That trouble's getting worse and worse.
He did only say just the tip, so it's still functioning as a
just
shovel,
the tip.
definitely. Yeah.
Now it's splintered and corroded.
Wonderful. I'd also like to look at this shell because it looks very interesting.
Beautiful. Yes. So you want to do
Like
what?
an investigation.
Investigation check? Sure.
Just like generally like have a look at it and its details and like
Yeah.
if it's like I don't know, is it like a normal kind of shell or is it like made of something interesting? Investigation, so that'd just be 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
With a quick tap, the shell is clearly incredibly tough. It is quite thick as well. You felt like when you were cutting through
Yeah.
the snail's body, you could see how thick the snail's shell was at some points.
Yeah.
Very tough, very hard to break, but still possible. It is beautiful rainbow coloured. As you move around, the light of your torches causes the colours to shift and move in a erratic pattern that is almost hypnotising in its nature, and it calls back to the beautiful colours that the creature emitted from its shell when it stunned you all during the end of last combat. Also, just as another thing as well, there's no check involved with it. You guys can all tell that it was the shell that was repelling all of your magic when you guys were casting at it. So when you fired your Eldritch Blasts at it, it would go towards the shell and then arc around it as though like magnets were drawing it around, repelling it.
How big is this shell?
Huge. So definitely not big enough. It's definitely too big to get through the hole that you guys came through.
Okay.
Is it getting melted by the acid as
No.
well?
No, it isn't.
Can I try and break it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Break pieces of it, I guess, like a big chunk.
Yep. I'm gonna make you do a strength athletics check.
Can
Okay.
I help with that?
You two can. Yeah, you
I
can.
will hold it in position for you to
Hey.
smash it.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Well, that's a 3.
Okay. Good thing you had help.
That's a 13. Athletics, you say?
Yes.
18.
18. Nice. It's good. It takes you about 10 minutes. But so how large a chunk are you trying to sort of break off here?
Well, I'd probably at first I'm just trying to see if I can break some off, and then if it is
Yeah.
possible, then shield-sized piece.
Yeah. Shield-sized piece. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, you managed to chip off just a corner of the creature's shell within a minute. You spend the next 9 minutes doing a relatively doing a hard smashing of the shell, and the shell crunches and breaks quite cleanly along a seam. It falls down, and it is probably about yay big, so like what, 70 centimeters or so in
Yeah, cool.
diameter.
Yeah.
Definitely big enough to be turned into a shell, turned into a shield.
Does anyone want this?
I would think
Ooh.
that might be quite useful.
Yeah. All right. Here you go, my friend.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Can we say that the bit, I don't know if this shell actually looks like that because we can't see the whole thing, but can we say the bit I broke off was the spiral part, so that it's like,
Oh,
if
towards the center?
So if
Yeah.
we cut off like the end of the spiral, so it's a cool spiral.
Yes, I'll say
I
that.
like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it looks
Yeah.
like it'll make a beautiful shield.
All right.
If you're able to transform it into such.
So-
But yes,
Is the spiral and kind of like more of a pivot type of thing?
so it's got a central point, then it spirals out from. So
Okay.
you guys would have broken it from the center,
Yeah.
and taken that bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
'Cause I want I want to harness this acid here. It seems pretty corrosive. I feel
Well, what
like,
could we put it in if it
Do you have a glass vial or anything like that?
well, the glass I think would just melt. It seems to be melting iron and cloth and anything. If there was any evidence of these people, if it did consume, there's no like possible way that we're going to see that. However, this shell seems to be able to be impervious from this acid. If we were able to harness this acid, we could
You're
just
gonna carry
throw it
like
on
a
people.
bowl of acid around, like it's not a vessel.
Splash it on.
In character knowledge and out of character knowledge are different things, but
Yeah.
glass actually does not dissolve in acid.
Well, that's why I haven't thought it through yet. Oh, well, I
Glass does not dissolve in
Yeah, it
acid.
does.
actually.
Yeah. It's how when you can get like a vial of acid in 5e and it comes in a glass vial.
depends on the strength of the acid, though, wouldn't it? Like, or is it just something about the
I'm not
chemical
a scientist.
properties of?
Pretty sure.
Glass isn't particularly reactive. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you need different kinds of glass, but bad chemicals are kept in glass bottles.
Norman, would you like to smell nice?
Yes.
I open my bottle of perfume and I just chuck perfume.
Just splash it on him.
I just did precipitation get out. Too much, too much.
And then I got this like small vial of perfume. What that was
What
perfume.
was perfume?
And
Yeah.
I want to like get some of the acid in there.
Make a survival check.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Cool. That's going to be a 19 plus 0. So 19.
A 19 total. Also, don't roll on that. Roll on the.
I know, it was just so lovely.
Then with a 19, you are able to definitely scoop up this viscous stomach acid. It sort of bubbles a little bit inside the container, but remains.
I just put like the little glass.
Stop her onto it. Yep. Congratulations.
Pocket
you have
acid.
You have a vial of flail snail stomach acid.
Nice. Classy.
Hell yeah.
And I like label it snail acid
Yeah.
to like make sure I don't forget it from.
So you don't like
Spray it on
spray
Perfume.
All right.
Splash it on me.
Anything else you guys are going to do over this short rest?
Just about everything. I'm happy.
That's about everything. All right. No worries.
Play you
Have
a
a
song
bath
if you
in
want.
the water, probably.
Probably
Is the
don't
water
do
clean?
that.
Yeah, it's running
If you're
water. Yeah,
playing a song,
there's a
it
little
might
bit of
echo
sediment,
throughout
not
the
much.
caves.
Yeah. As long as it's not like stagnant.
okay, I guess.
If that song is quite restful.
I kind of wipe some.
I was really thinking of a restful
Calm
song.
myself a little.
Clean up, rest
Take your
as per
time.
normal. Awesome. All right, cool. So you guys get to the end of your long rest. You guys have all rolled for your hit points, everything.
Hey guys, we got a long
sorry.
rest. Hey.
Yeah.
Spells.
You get to the end of your rest, so just make sure you guys all did remember to add your con modifier to your dice that you rolled.
Yeah, fam.
Yep, cool.
No, you didn't roll.
Can I play Song of Rest like very quietly, so not like attract?
The
passerbys?
Yeah, no, you can. It's like on your violin.
Yeah.
Forgot you even had that. Cool.
Yeah.
My violin.
No, Song of Rest.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it is probably the most forgettable bard ability, but does anyone actually need it anymore? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
So
Still
10
half hit
minutes.
points.
I play Song of Rest, which gives 1d6 hit points to the creatures that hear it. So
Then you
you
roll
guys. Oh, I roll.
I think so.
Yeah.
5.
Hell yeah.
That's me
Quite
back to
restful.
that's me back to maximum, Brick. Thank you very much.
Jack.
Jack, even.
Who says Song of Rest was useless?
Brick.
Oh, sorry.
Great ability.
Yeah. We always just forget it, that's all. All right. So yeah, you're able to play the violin quietly.
Get inside
Do you
the
play
snail
like
shell.
an upbeat or like a solemn?
Actually, it's surprisingly very. Like I don't. It's melancholy.
Okay.
It's a very melancholy. It's not as upbeat as I think you'd think Jack would play.
Just like a peaceful, but like kind of.
Yeah, like very somber, filling the room kind of thing, but like a very low sounding.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That sounds
it's
good to my ears.
it's nothing really of the song you guys have heard. Jack says I made up this song quite some time ago, but yeah, I don't know how good it is.
No worries. So you guys, in this room, there are a couple of exits.
Yep.
Let me zoom out for you. So there's an exit to the north, two exits to the north. Sorry, one to the northwest, one to the south, and one to the east, southeast. Yeah. So with north facing up that way.
Not as this.
Okay, north's that way.
Yeah, towards.
I'm north.
Yeah.
Okay.
North.
Let's just put a dude where the exits are so we can see. So there's one there, I think.
Yeah.
Is there one here? If we follow the water, is that?
Oh no, the water. You could follow the water if you like.
Okay,
But
yeah.
it's large enough to walk. It's
Right.
large enough to walk through. But yeah, it's not.
Okay, so for the
And we
audience,
came from here, correct?
Yeah.
we
Yes.
have the river, and we have 2 exits we can follow.
3.
3 exits we can
One to
follow.
the north, one to the northwest, and one to the southeast.
What is the difference between the entrances? Like, is there anything distinct about them all?
The entrance to the northwest is slightly larger. It's like a large entrance that then narrows
one?
down. Yes, the one
Yeah.
where Brown's token is. Before it narrows down, the one that you came from was the southeast exit.
And there was a tunnel following that one.
Yeah,
right?
so
I
you
went
could
further
backtrack
up.
and then keep going further up that way as well.
Okay.
Should we
And
go
then the
back the
fir-
way we came just so nobody can sneak up on us?
Not a bad idea, but
Seems like a good plan to me.
Sure.
go
All
back
right,
and
very well.
follow the trail.
Alright.
Onward.
Alright,
Okay,
cool.
Let's do that.
So you guys backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
Wee.
Is that kind of where that was where the
So yeah,
wind was coming from, right?
the wind was caused by the whooshing of the flail snails.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Maces. So yeah, it had just that much power behind it. Its
Gotcha.
wind could be felt.
Is there a path this way too?
Certainly.
Secrets have been revealed.
All right.
And we travel down the road.
Making
Alright,
my
so,
way
yeah,
down.
you guys move back, so you're heading north from the pathway that you just went.
Alright. Yeah, is there something this way too though? Before we.
Yeah.
Oh
goes
yes,
down.
yeah, there
Okay.
is. So you guys can ascend up about 5 feet when you guys were in that previous room, and continue to the point.
Whatever's
west.
down that way.
Yes,
we don't
west.
go that way.
Uh-huh.
So we'll just go.
Let's go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Alright,
we're going like a northeast.
I will get in front. If it matters.
Yeah, we'll figure that much.
That is a raising on your guys' screen as well.
Yes, it is.
Do I
5
have
foot
to? How tall's the roof?
The roof, it varies, but at some points
Like
you will
in this
need
bit?
to. Yeah, at points you will need to like duck down, but in the cabins themselves are tall enough that you don't need to duck your head.
Okay. Because I suppose I'll be leading towards areas that are more comfortable for me to get through.
Yeah, definitely. No, for the moment you're fine. So
Okay,
let's
we'll.
move this up here. Cool. And all right, so you guys come to. You come to a small natural cavern. It is only about 20 foot in diameter, and you can see that there is a set of natural forming stone steps descending at the opposite end of the room. There is also a set of natural stone steps descending into this room, and you guys are currently atop it. Inside the room, there are around 4 what look to be purple fungus-like plants. They've got tendrils that wave in the air as though being blown by a wind that you cannot feel. Sitting in the center of the room, there are actually 2 dead bodies as well. These dead bodies are decayed, and there is a budding form of this fungus growing out of their chest cavity. Not yet fully formed, their tendrils are just still a little small, but clearly just rupturing out of the bodies of these.
Have I seen anything like this before?
Roll a intelligence and nature check, I guess.
Intelligence, nature.
Well, we're quite a certain bet, though, that those purple things killed those men. That's
Nope.
it, too, just my guess.
Alright, in that case, yes, these funguses, they're like mushrooms, except with tendrils on them, are new to you.
They're going to be new to most of them. This is quite spooky, though.
Very interesting
So,
plants. Never heard of anything like them before.
You will also notice, actually, as well in this room, that there is no glassy covering on,
Oh.
on the floor.
Okay.
So clearly the flouse did not enter this
so
room.
my reckoning, these men came down, were forced down here. They saw the flouse in this room, and then they fled in the direction where there wasn't any flouse goo on the floor.
Do you think these are the men that we came looking for?
Then they.
Is it a human
passed.
body?
Humans. Both males.
Perhaps.
Thinks.
They looked a bit decayed, didn't they?
They did. They looked very like this level of decay normally only occurs after weeks and weeks of being laying there.
How long ago was it they sent out the people from
A few days.
Few
less,
days,
less than a week.
less? Okay, yeah, not this long.
Why don't you
Yeah, not
clean
long
their
enough to get
bodies of that
level of
mold?
Stay. Wait. No, don't.
I'd like to.
Porridge.
I'd rather not enter the room. I don't really have the range to get there.
Is this hallway and like the way we came in here? Does it look like it was too small for the snail? Or
This is certainly too small for the
Yeah,
snail.
yeah.
Yeah, the snail looks like weirdly looked like it would not fit down any of these corridors.
yeah, okay.
It must either have been isolated to that central room or have some other way of moving.
Right.
How odd. Well,
Do these fungi look any kind of familiar to anything I'd seen in like
In the wild?
in the wilds? I'm just wondering, like, if would I know much about like fungi or poisons or like or things that
Given
would
what
fall
I
in that
know,
kind of,
given what I know from your backstory, I
Yeah.
don't think so. No, I don't think you've spent a lot of time down in subterranean environments,
not really.
caves,
Like
that
I've
kind
been
of
in
stuff.
like cold areas and like mountainous areas,
Yeah.
but not really.
Yeah, not really down to the
Caverns.
caverns and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say no.
Cool.
All right. Well, I guess keep our voices down. But shall we approach? Probably try.
Be careful. Be wary not to step on any of these fungi. I'm not sure how dangerous they are.
Well, I think we should have one person go through it first, so if something bad does happen, it's not happening to everyone.
I'll do it. If you want.
With his hand? Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll tread carefully, and not touching anything. I just want to get close and see if I can.
Yeah. No worries. You cautiously move down the stone steps. So I'm gonna get you to roll a stealth check.
Okay. That's not terrible. 16.
16? Cool, that's pretty good. You walk down the natural forming stone steps into the room, and the tendrils are moving in the breeze. They haven't reacted to your presence yet, and you begin to cautiously tiptoe through the room. You get to about the center of the room before the tendrils flicker for a moment. Just
How far away from the tendrils am I?
you are about probably about 5 feet from the tendrils.
Are these the same tendrils that's poking out of the dudes that are also doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, okay.
These are the. You're stepping over the dead bodies on the ground with the smaller funguses, and the larger, fully grown funguses with the tendrils in them, swaying to and fro, and have now reacted to your presence. You're about in the center of the room now.
How big are the big ones?
I believe they are medium in size. Like they're big ass. They're
Okay,
big
so like
ass.
the same size as me.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe slightly smaller.
I'll take a step back. I don't want to get any closer. And just what can I see of the men from where I am?
You can see their faces are pale white and mouths open agape. Their skin is shrunken back, like they've had all the moisture or the life drained from their bodies, feeding to this fungus as it is growing forth.
Do they look? What are they wearing? Do they look like farmers? Are they carrying weapons?
They are carrying weapons. You can see that the weapons are still intact on their bodies. One has a longsword and the other has a halberd. The halberd is still. The halberd is actually lying next to one of the bodies, and the longsword is unsheathed. It is now.
Are they wearing armor? That a halberd's not a peasant weapon.
They are wearing light armor. Yeah,
Okay.
both of them.
No markings.
Not a peasant weapon.
It's not. It's a palace guard weapon.
Yeah. No, it's they are wearing armor.
Yeah. Does it have an insignia, or is it on a certain style?
No certain style.
I'm going to back away slowly and go back to the group and just relay this information to them.
As you begin to back away, the two funguses closest to the entrance you walk through and you walk past on your way in, their tendrils now flutter and lash out towards you, not wanting you to leave this room. So they're going to make rolls against you. And let me just get a stat block up here a moment.
I thought they were just fungus in the center of the room.
No, there was 4 funguses around the room, and then there was fungi. Sorry, around the room.
4
And
fungi.
then there was the center of the room, and the small fungus coming out.
Gotcha.
4 fungi looking for a fit.
Would you like us to roll
Location
initiative?
center.
I think while you're working it out.
We'll see this for the moment. I don't think it'll be necessary. They each make 1 attack against you, and
Join the fungus.
one gets an 11.
Do
that
you
misses
like
your
to
armor
wave
class,
your
correct?
hands
Yeah,
up in the air?
That hits.
That hits.
Spend time
Doing
with
that
other
today.
fungi.
Have you tried waving in an imaginary breeze?
It's just they're like one of those like car things.
You take 4 necrotic damage as one of the tendrils lashes out to you and it's in fact lashing isn't even the right word. It sort of flows smoothly out to you and strokes your arm. But as you feel it stroke your arm, even as the tendril glides along your skin, the trail it leaves is of dead flesh that turns black even after just a moment's touch, and you really pain from it as it begins to eat away at your still living skin.
I would like to rage and go gardening, please.
All right, I think then we better start. We better start.
Trim the
initiative.
hedge.
So everyone roll.
Oh yes.
Nat 1.
Nat 20.
Beat that.
No, you
No, I can't.
Get out of my
I was
house.
close.
This is a place for Brown to work.
I'm like,
Going to Brown Town.
you're like 28.
I go downtown.
Man, I hope in your
From Brown
backstory you
Town.
actually come from
This is like
Brown Town.
it's like
All right, so Brown, you got a nat 20.
I got 23.
23 total.
Yes. So I'll get about positioning people because I'm.
This is like a worm that eats us and gives us extra stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's probably just like
Yep. What about you?
18
18
for Jack.
just randomly play.
Jacques.
Jacques.
for Norman.
Jacques Clouseau.
20 for Norman.
Damn, you guys all did really well.
Yeah. Ayata?
12.
Ayata is 12.
Line here.
I'm
I don't have
200,
one.
but sure.
I don't need one. I'm gonna jump in.
And
Hit him very hard.
3.
Was that a 3?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
You're just like,
I'm so angry you did that.
Just need to compose myself.
What have you done to my pens, Callum?
just eating them.
They just stopped working.
Good ends and you've been shoving them
No.
into the...
You gotta if you don't push harder, they don't get like the ink out of them.
Alright, and...
And they just get like push. I don't know how pens work.
Right, to be fair, like,
What?
What do you mean? It's just ink.
Alright,
yeah, but
Lick
how's
it.
it come out?
it's
I
pressurization.
sniffed it. No.
Maybe you lick him and
Wouldn't
then
it taste
Distillery,
disgusting?
pause.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Does that make? Oh, does
They
that?
don't dip a
Yeah, because it's wet ink.
Oh.
bit of
Yeah.
paper towel in water and you wash the water
Yeah,
go
I
out.
think
Is that
so,
the
at
same
least.
thing?
I've been
Yeah.
just destroying all
Alright,
these
cool.
pens. It would seem.
Alright, well, so combat begins and Jago has already been hit, so I'm going to say that was in the round of its own. We're just going to start initiative from where it was.
Cool.
So, Brown, you react first and seeing
Ah!
your friends reel back in pain.
I'm gonna draw back my trident, take a nice sick pose, and then I'm gonna launch down my trident at one of them,
Yep.
at one of the waving bodies of moss.
Yeah, the one which hit
Yeah.
Jago. Yep, alright, no worries, make an attack roll.
Trident. 11.
11? I mean, they're not moving or anything, so they don't have that high armor class.
Yeah.
No, you hit.
Hey!
Oh!
Wham! Trident! Don't even need to be underwater to use.
What's everyone's plus to hit, sorry?
5. Speaking of my damage is 6.
So hang on, I'll do your damage
Yep.
first. So,
What do you mean?
And I'm gonna jump down
Plus
there
6 if you
as
use
well.
the spell.
with Jago. I'd say this is probably not a good idea, but I'm here.
right, so what's everyone's attack bonus? What,
+5.
plus 5?
Plus 6.
Plus 6?
6
Plus 5.
Plus 5?
plus. What did I say? 6.
So it's plus 6 for spells, plus 5 for attacks.
Cool. And Jago? Right, you guys are always going to hit these things unless you roll a nat 1. So,
Wild.
So that's what, like 5?
5.
Spoilers.
Armor class of 5. So yeah, roll the dice. If it's not a nat 1 or a crit, then it's just going to be a hit.
Hey.
So,
I mean, they're mushrooms, like.
yeah, the mushrooms are
How
not
do you
really
miss
moving.
hitting a
They're very
mushroom?
gently swaying. So, all right, but yeah, so you hurl your trident down. It stabs into the mushroom. It shudders for a sec. Yeah.
And then I jump down into the pit.
Yes.
And I'm like, come after me, you fungus.
You shout an immovable fungus. All right, so then it is Norman.
So I'm sort of just gonna like walk a bit forward so I can see over the edge properly.
Yep, peering over the cliff. Yep.
Seeing the trident in one of them, and gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at the one that's got the trident in it.
Yes, sure.
That is a natural 1.
What did I just say, Ryan? Oh, one
You feel
thing.
like one hit by these guys too.
How many natural ones have you rolled?
Roll another attack roll against Brown.
Oh, come on, Norman, we're friends.
That is just a 15 plus 5, so 20.
15 is my armor class.
That's gonna hit Norman. That's gonna hit Brown.
7 damage.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, wait, sorry, no, 5 damage.
5 damage? Okay. It's less, but, you know.
Norman, you step forward a few steps and lean over. Just, point down your wand. You've got a wand, right? Yeah. Yeah. You point down your wands, but as you do, your foot slips just at the edge. You just like, try to catch your balance. The spell goes off and just shoots down, smacks. Yeah, Brown in the back of the head.
Sorry!
Who punched me?
All right. After Norman, it is Jack.
I'm gonna do a scientific study and see if fungi can also be hurt by bad words. So I use vicious mockery on the fun guys and say you guys are more like lame guys.
Okay, so
Make a wisdom save.
vicious mockery fails on any creature that has got under a certain intelligence, doesn't it?
It must be able to, but doesn't, I think it says it must be able to
understand the
hear you,
language.
but not understand you. It doesn't
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to believe that's what it says. It must be able to hear you.
Don't make me pull
Does
the
the
rules.
fungus-
I'm pretty sure that's
Oh, wait,
the
I
case.
have
So
cards.
Does the
I'm-
fungus have
Um,
ears?
Vicious
I'm-
mockery.
Yeah, you've got the spell cards. So really quickly.
Vicious mockery isn't here.
Ah, nice.
Okay, well I'm gonna say for the moment then it doesn't work. It's a
Oh,
fungus.
it does, I believe, actually. I've used it against.
Okay, we'll come back to your turn then.
I used it against the stick people.
Yeah, but they could still hear. Like, they were animated creatures that could still hear.
All right, yeah,
So-
get back to me. And
I'll
I'm
get
going
back
to Bardic Inspiration. Good old Jago.
You got there eventually.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Alright, you Bardic Inspiration Jago, and we'll work out what's happening next spell afterwards. No worries. After Jack
I'm
is
so sorry.
Fungus's turn. And
My spoons.
they are going to...
Yeah, if it can hear.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, if it can't hear you, then it can't take the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, you although as scathing as your as your insult was, the funguses don't seem to react.
Scientific study complete. However, that's the first test. Now we have to test it 8
Results
times.
inconclusive.
Yeah, we all know that you need a large sample size in order to draw any proper conclusions.
Exactly.
So
And a
keep it up,
controlled
buddy.
environment.
Alright, so, you... Well, it was Fungus's turn, that's right. So one of them brushes forward towards Jago again.
Hooray.
And actually, 2 of the tendrils move forward this time to try and hit you.
Hooray.
There you go.
Alright, one of those is going to miss and one of those is going to hit. And you take... That's not good, that's 7 necrotic damage. From this tendril moving forward, and it wraps around your leg. You yell in pain as it's because
Ow.
yeah,
My leggy.
decay. What's that? Yay, what?
Ow, my leggy.
Very Jago. Oh wait, are you raging at the moment? So does that? You no, it's not all.
Nah,
yeah,
not
you're not Brant. You're not Bear. Cool. All right. Then one of them brushes forward towards Brown as well.
Oh no.
That's gonna miss though.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So it moves forward, but you just swats the tendril away.
I have no weapons out of the room. I'm like, oh, get away!
All right, cool. Then that is both those 2 funguses' turns. The other 2 fungus towards the back of the room, and their tendrils are more energetic now, moving around like they know you're there, but they can't reach you yet. So then it is Ayata.
Ooh, I step forward and I bring out a ball of fire in my hand and I sort of fling it towards in like a frisbee kind of motion to
Sure.
the root of one of the plants, so the one that's like around your leg.
Yep.
Cool.
I hit
Yep.
and I do
Just 7.
I do 7 fire damage to
7 fire
the
damage?
root of the plant.
No worries.
You burn my friends, I'll burn you.
The plant catches fire and begins to burn, and it sort of like shudders. It doesn't scream or anything because it's clearly not alive. It's a fungus,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and
If it did stream, I'd be very frightened.
Like a kettle whistle scream.
yeah, no, it doesn't scream or anything. But the fire, although it does damage, doesn't seem to spread very fast across the body. So you can assume it's probably not weak to the flames, but it still does damage.
Okay, cool.
Then it is. Is that your turn? Sorry,
That's my turn.
that's your turn, Ayata. Cool. Jago.
Hey, alright. I'm gonna pull out my sword, I'm gonna scream, and I'm gonna try and cut this fungus like from the ground, like from its stem or whatever, if it has one.
No worries. Are you reckless attacking or?
Oh yeah, buddy.
Yep.
What about that? Alright. Yeah, that's gonna hit. That is 6 plus 2 plus 3. So 11.
Just roll applause at the wrong time. Right. You swing with your axe and just cleave it straight in half. The tendrils spasm, fall off your leg and to the ground.
Alright.
The fungus is dead.
Alright.
Anything else?
Yeah. I charge up to the next fungus.
Right, you go right up next to the next fungus. Cool. Then but yeah, you can't attack it. No worries. So yeah, you guys can see that Jaco's eyes have been overcome with this white animal, white, because you are raging, right? Yeah. Yeah, his eyes have gone white again. He's gone back into his furious rage.
Here we go again.
It actually now this time it's you can detect you guys. Not to you guys, it seems fine, but Brown, you've seen him rage a few times now. This particular time, it seems a little vicious than it would normally be. His bellows more animalistic,
Getting too
more
much into it.
loud. Yeah, like getting a little too much into it. It's yeah, a little more violent than it might normally be, even though it is normally very violent. Cool, Jago, Oh, no, that was Jago. Sorry. Brown, back to the top of initiative.
Well, I guess he's always hated plants, so that's on him.
Classic. Classic.
Then I'm going to draw out one of my hand axes and go for a low chop at one of the vines coming towards me.
They're not coming towards you, buddy. They can't move.
Fair point. We could just back up.
Just leave them, yeah. Like,
No! I step forward and then I swing low at one of the tendrils near me.
yeah.
Bam. Yeah, it's like that. That's 24.
Brown hit an attack. It's always a happy day.
Every now and then I get to be used 8 damage.
All right. You chop you chop it into the plant. You get a good distance into the base of the plants. Like you embed your axe heavily into it, like chopping down a tree. Anything else?
I believe that's all I want to do.
Do you do that chop chop?
I only have one weapon drawn, so I can't.
No.
Yeah.
Draw the bow.
Technically until he gets the dual wield
Yeah.
feat, they only draw one weapon at a turn.
Because it takes a free action to draw one weapon, I can only draw one per turn. But if I have the feat, I can draw 2 in one turn.
It's a weird technical
It's
ruling,
it's a wee
so
bit dumb,
it's-
but
yeah.
that's D&D.
Alright. Norman.
Alright. Just a little embarrassed. We're gonna go for one that's a bit of a distance away from anybody, so like there's less of a chance that I'm gonna hit someone.
So one that's not a threat to you at all.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm gonna threat to my own team as well.
Yep.
Just another blast of energy shoots out of my staff. It wasn't a 1. It wasn't great, but it wasn't a 1.
Awesome. Awesome. That's what I'll
That's
do.
all we need. That's all
It
we
was a
need.
9, but
Yeah.
that's 5 damage.
5 damage total. And that's to a different one.
Did he attack the one that I just charged up to? Or?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He did. So yeah, you fire off your Eldritch Blast at the one that's a bit of a distance away. It shudders as the force smacks into it. Its tendrils wave. All right, then it is Norman Jack.
Jack skids across the cave floor, simultaneously putting away his violin and grabbing out his rapier. He charges forward and tries to strike and skewer the mushroom.
Okay, while cool, I do need you to make an acrobatics check for that.
Actually, just walking over.
You said you slide.
Yeah, but I'm describing how I move.
Do it for
I
the slide. Do
skip.
it for the slide.
Yeah, like
Do it
if
for the
you actually want to slide over, that's going to be an acrobatics check.
Oh, so I'm doing like a home run.
Yeah,
Slide.
that's what I thought you meant when you
Oh,
said
okay,
slide.
yeah. I was thinking more
Mud slide.
Electric slide.
That's gonna be a 17 plus, what is it, sorry?
Acrobatics.
Oh, plus 5, so that's 22.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you do a bit of a commando roll.
Oh no, not a commando roll, because like it's more of like a slide.
Ooh, I like the backhand thing.
Because I put away my
You
violin.
can tort your body, sure, in strange ways.
More like an unnatural way, like.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. You can tort.
Yeah.
your
Okay.
body.
Look, I'm sliding. Can I
You slide and attack.
slice into this mushroom
Yes.
now?
Yes, you can.
God damn it! Like I hit the mushroom.
You hit the mushroom.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I hit it. Tap that, and I deal 1 plus. I deal 5 damage.
5 damage. All right. This is the one that Norman hit, or the one that's attacking.
Well, that's attacking my good friend Brown over here.
And how much damage?
5.
Cool.
Alright.
Yeah, it plunges deep into the flesh of the fungus.
Nice.
Then after Jack, it is the fungus's turn. It shudders and. Alright, it makes all 4 of its tendrils shudder. 2 of them go towards Jack, 1 of them goes towards Brown, and 1 of them goes towards Jim.
I got you, buddy.
So the 2 that goes towards Jack, a 16 and a 14.
16 and 14. I have an AC of 15.
So 1 of them hits. You take 6 necrotic damage.
Whoa.
As the tendril strokes you and eats away. The necrotic damage eats away your flesh.
Does it like also decay the wrappings, or is it underneath the wrappings? It's
No, it
actually-
decays the wrappings as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so it goes
Now you have to
through.
change them.
Yeah.
It goes through the through inanimate matter as well. 1 attacks Brown. That's going to be a 16.
That hits.
That's going to hit.
Yeah.
That's going to be 4 necrotic damage.
Or I can take that.
And 1 of them misses. There you go.
Hey! Did you roll with advantage?
No, I did not. Still misses you.
Yes!
Alright. So then, you guys are all around this fungus now. It is gently caressing you. Then it is Ayata's turn.
Alright. Is there... I go to an angle where there's like kind of a clearer shot towards this fungi, and I powerfully throw a fireball towards it. Well, not an actual fireball, but a produce flame
Produce
ball of
flame,
fire. Yep, I should hit it. And I do 3 damage worth of fire.
Alright.
To...
Cool. It shudders, catches flame, but is still up. It is clearly beginning to sort of shake and wilter a little bit, and not doing so well for itself. Jacob.
I would like to get my sword and turn it flat, and then just smash it into the ground like a
Straight down the middle.
like I'm trying to flatten it like a pancake.
Oh, okay. So like it's okay. Yeah, sure. Like you're hitting it like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Reckless, baby. Yep. That's gonna hit.
Dinner time.
Alright, yeah, that's like 12
Mushy.
damage.
You,
Mushy mushy.
you bring it up. You smack it down. It's like a game of whack-a-mole. The fungus just flattens straight down into the ground, and I guess bits spurt out everywhere. Yeah, no, it's dead. It's well and truly dead. Its tendrils stop waving and just fall into the ground.
Alright. I will turn around and just push through everyone else and charge towards the next thing that's closest to me, that's threatening me.
Well, I mean, nothing's really threatening. Like the funguses that are waving at the other end are aware of you, but they haven't been moving towards you or anything. So, I'm going to say make a intelligence saving throw.
Okay. That's not terrible. 13.
13. So you sort of you look at the funguses, but they're not really creatures. They're not, and they don't seem to be threatening you that much. You look around at the other creatures around you that all have their weapons drawn, and you can feel this rage, this thirst to try and hurt them pull up. You can almost hear a voice just, yes, do it. Before you before you manage to repress the voice back down, and your eyes open up, and you were forced out of your rage.
What the fuck was that? Oh, what the fuck was that? What the fuck's happening?
You see Jago's eyes go from being pure white back to the clear, normal color.
What's happening?
You were smashing plants.
Okay.
There's still more plants.
Are we still smashing plants?
Maybe.
I prefer skewering them.
These 2 plants are at the other end of the room again. They're just not moving, just there. Their tendrils.
Hey,
Just
seeing as they
waving.
can't reach us, why don't we just get like a torch and kind of just toss it on top of
I
us?
could just sit
kind
there
of
and shoot
chuck my sword on,
Oh, that
chuck my sword
too.
on the floor and sort of back away a few steps.
Yeah.
I saw Ayata was throwing around balls
I
of
can
fire.
throw some fire towards them.
Yeah.
For a
So
rock.
we're
Do
just
that a
sit
series
there.
of times until they die.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
don't have any other things that could possibly attack us in this room.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, just making sure they don't have there's nothing like that. Yeah, you guys can just sit back and just pepper them with attacks until eventually they all keel over and die. And your way is clear. The small funguses that are emerging from the rotting humanoid corpses are not actually, they're not fully formed enough to be a threat to you.
Okay.
Well, we probably should look over these corpses.
Do they have anything like that would identify them as anyone on
Like
their
a badge.
persons?
Something
Could I
like
have a
that.
look?
Or a wallet.
Yeah, sure.
like that.
Examine the body.
Yeah.
I'll join Ayata in that.
Yep.
Investigation?
Yep.
Yeah, so 12.
12. You search through the bodies and you have to sort of like pull out some roots occasionally that have taken hold in the body. You ruffle around in the pockets. You find
Gasp.
9 silver and 4 gold on one of the bodies. And inside you see a picture of a small girl, a drawing of a drawing of a young girl smiling and playing with a ball out in a field.
That's somewhat sad. He's not going to go home.
I take a moment and sort of feel mournful and sorrowful for the passing of this child's loved one.
Do these weapons look like they're kind of, not like relics, but like special, or are they just kind of run from your weapons?
You do a quick pull out, and they just seem to be steel weapons. Nothing immediately distinguishing about them.
Okay.
I might just pick up that long sword. If anyone doesn't see much of a problem with that, I could use with one.
Very well.
I should grab it.
Yeah, I guess I'll carry the halberd if I can carry it.
Is it really wise to use a dead man's sword?
But
Seems to be a soldier type. Maybe you want to be buried with that.
To be fair, Jack, you were digging in graveyards earlier when we found you, so
But
don't
I
know if you
needed that
have
money.
any kind of
and I need this sword.
right to say that.
I mean,
Look, if
you're not wrong at all.
if we bury the
I think I
man,
was.
I'll give him his sword back for that. But just whilst we're down here, dealing with plants that make us decompose and giant snails, I think I might just hold on to the sword.
Very well. I'll
Any
put
other identifying marks on the dudes? Or, necklace or...
You search through the other body as well. They yield 8 silver, 6 gold.
Oh, okay. I wasn't looking for money, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah,
So,
just
you can
as
write
part of
it
the
down.
investigation of the body.
Okay.
8 silver, 6 gold. And this one doesn't have any other identifying marks, no pictures of family members, anything like that.
None of their cloaks or anything look like from any particular area or anything.
No.
Nothing of
No,
like
they're
that?
just they're
Okay.
just generic, typical
Dudes.
adventuring gear, I guess.
Is
Yeah.
it, I get, they obviously look withered and decomposed, but can we kind of get a rough idea of their facial features or hair color or anything like that?
Roll a medicine check.
You have a bardic
I'll help you
inspiration
with
as
that.
well.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Alright.
It's
Is it
a
6, right?
it's a good old D6 right now.
10 plus 1. No, take one.
I'm helping you as well.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Same.
Same.
You roll the
A
bardic
9.
inspiration.
With you spend a few minutes just going across the bodies, but the funguses have drained them of so much life. They're pretty much irrecognizable from what their previous forms were.
Well, I guess we've got these weapons. Maybe someone will, hey, that was Jim with the halberd. You never know.
Yeah.
Or Jake and his longsword.
Yeah,
Is there a name on the sword at all or anything like
I
that?
can make his mark. Okay. Yeah.
No.
With my
Be from a shitty forge.
herbalism kit, I've got a herbalism kit.
Yep.
Can I pull out like a little bag or something to perhaps put a bit of this fungi in?
Oh, sure. Yeah, like rip off some of the
Yeah.
roots or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep. You can easily do that. Yeah, you just like.
Cut out. Yep.
The tendrils, are they still rotting? Like I grab a piece of my cloth and I put it on them. So they still
Yeah,
rot, the
no,
cloth?
it's the cloth's at a slower rate, but the cloth still does. It begins to rot away.
Okay. The soldiers, do they have gauntlets?
These ones do not know.
Do they have gloves of any type?
One of them does.
Okay, I grab his gloves if I can, and I put them on and I grab the tendril.
Sure. You grab the tendril, and it takes a second or two, but then you can start to feel the necrotic damage eat through the glove and into your hands.
Okay.
And you take
Ooh,
3 necrotic damage.
3 damage.
And I assume you
I drop the root.
No, I hold it forever.
Show your strength. Just sit there and be like,
Eat this. It's good for you. Should we,
There's a way
push on?
forward. Steps going down.
let's press forward.
Is it possible to carry both my weapons if I went to pick my sword up again?
Ooh.
Can I carry a halberd and a great sword?
What's your strength?
16.
16, giving you... Yeah, okay, I'll say it's okay. Yep. Like a halberd
Not sure how
isn't
you
necessarily...
store the halberd when you're using the greatsword.
Just like, can I strap them to my back?
Yeah,
or
I was going to
something?
say, yeah, the halberd would just be on your back. Like, it's not particularly heavy, it's just cumbersome in
Yeah.
terms of, like, its shape and stuff.
I'm happy
So
to
I'll
leave
say it,
otherwise. Yeah, okay.
Can I
You also got the shield.
chop off the roots with my short sword?
Yeah.
And then can I put them in my bucket?
In your bucket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jack,
we
I
got
already have
the-
some of
the
this.
oil-
Vial of acid,
or-
bucket of roots.
You're not going to put it on your head, are you?
No, of course not.
Okay, cool. You take off the bucket.
Yeah, and then strap the bucket to my belt.
Yep.
I do already have some of it, Jack. Do you want some more of it?
Oh no, I feel like these could be also used as a weapon. We could like throw the roots onto somebody and then have them like rot.
Do an intelligence
Ah.
nature check for me.
Huh.
That's somewhat morbid
I don't know.
and very...
When you look like me, nothing's morbid.
everything's morbid.
Touche.
Intelligence, nature.
Yeah.
That's plus phrase 22.
22. The roots, it's been a few minutes since you guys killed these funguses,
Mm.
and the roots, the decaying nature of them is already less effective. That's why it took a few seconds for it to eat through the glove before it got to your hand. So you can tell it's probably only going to be dangerous for maybe an hour at maximum before they just become inert.
Maybe they'll be tasty.
I wouldn't bet on that. I pass each of you guys 1 gold and 3 silver each.
Oh, thank you.
And I pass 2 extra silver to Norman. I just feel like you should have more money than us for some reason.
I don't understand why, but okay.
You just look like you should be richer than
Can I put?
Okay,
Can I put
Is that like backhanded classism? I'm not sure exactly what just happened.
I don't know, I thought it was like respectful.
I think it's like reverse classism.
Is this how it works in your cult? I really don't know. I'm trying to work out.
You look richer.
He's so wholesome.
If you look richer, you might as well get some more money.
Is that not how it works?
can I in turn put a silver coin on the each of their eyes?
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old.
Yeah, Sailor Smith.
Ferryman.
Yeah.
Does the steps on the other side of this room, do they lead up or down, or are they kind of...
Oh, they lead down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably go down, I say. I'll go first, if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go first, but I'm feeling a little bit shaken.
I'm a little bit shaken as well. Let me just get a deep breath and maybe which one might call a bit of second wind. And then I'll go first.
You have to wait for him to get his second wind.
Oh, okay, I got 4 hit points back. That's okay, better than nothing.
Feels like one of the SpongeBob things where he like puts the finger in his mouth and blows himself up.
Inflatable. Okay. Yeah.
I take a few deep breaths, and then hand axe in one hand, hand axe in another hand. I proceed down into the deep
Sure.
earth. all
Just
afraid.
quickly, Ryan, what time are we sitting at?
We should be finishing very soon.
Finishing very soon? Alright, cool. In that case, before you guys get to the next room, I think we should end off there. So we will continue next time with episode 9 of TPK, and we'll continue to explore the Rainbow Caves and see what else lies in its beautiful depths.
What are the terrific things down here waiting to eat us?
Right.
Alright, so thank you for watching this episode of TPK. As always, feel free to leave a comment to let us know what you think. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and all our other social media.
What's the Twitter handle?
At the Dungeon Inn, I just believe.
Alright.
From
I'm not
memory.
a character anymore. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, just at
It's a
the
proper actor, you know? You never leave character.
They'll be around. Just
Yeah.
That'll be in the video as always. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time with the Dungeon Inn.
Cool.
Happy
bye.
Halloween
Have a good
7
one.
weeks ago.
Yeah.